Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Beth. I go by the username Be More Creative both here on YouTube even, and Instagram. So I'm back. March, well, let's just say it did not go to plan. I work in a boarding school and unfortunately a lot of mine have been feeling quite unwell this month. We've been busy with getting ready for departures. Currently, as I'm filming this on Friday the 24th, I have today and tomorrow of departures left, and then I am off for 2 weeks. So I'm really looking forward to having a 2-week break. I've got lots of stitching plans and hopefully we'll be able just to chill out and relax, because this month has really pushed me. It really has. But we've had our ups and we've had our downs, so I can't complain too much. But that does mean I do not have too much stitching to show you. So at the start of March, I did put up a video about the pieces that I was going to stitch for the March challenge, and unfortunately I didn't manage to do the challenge. I had to make a decision quite early on in March. Am I going to try and catch up everything and really push myself to the point of being too tired to really function, or am I going to be sensible and focus on the important things that I needed to get done? So unfortunately stitching did take a little bit of a backseat. Saying that, I did get one finish from the March challenge. Is the only piece that I actually had time to stitch on, which was the La-di-da freebie from Heart and so it's the Heart and let me start this again. So it's called Hand and Heart, and it is a freebie that can be found on the La-di-da website. Now I think this calls for 2 colours originally. I decided to chart mine with just one. I was doing all of mine on 18 count Davosa in khaki with a DMC 321, which is my favourite red, and I have just finished it in my new cross-stitch journal. So this is my first piece in the journal and I'm super excited about it. I did use some sequins because I couldn't find buttons that are small enough, a little seed bead, and I had this little heart that was, I think this was sent to me in a little exchange I've done before with cross-stitching supplies. They put in these little buttons. Now it did have like a round part on the back. I just cut that off and I've just glued that into place. As I said, anything that goes in this journal is not super valuable stitching to me. It's not stuff that I'm planning to like hand down for generations. So the button, if the colour comes off, if it does damage the piece, I'm not too fussed. But I do love how this has turned out, and I'm looking forward to adding pieces into that journal. So this is going to be a fun project where I'm just adding this and that, because sometimes I want to stitch but the pieces never get put on display. They're not pieces that go with any decor or anything, so it's nice to have a place to put them. The next FFO, so this is the last FFO I've done this month, is the first Easter wreath pattern from Shanon Christine Designs. This is a freebie pattern that you can get on her website, and I do apologise if the lighting is quite bad. We've got a really it's a sunny but overcast day, so the lighting keeps changing, so I do apologise. So I used all of the called for colours, and this is on a 18 count Malva from Chromatic Alchemy. But I stitched it 2 over 2 to make this a 9 count fabric, because the design is super small. It's super cute, but I wanted mine to be a little bit bigger so I could have like a little bit of a more substantial pillow. So I think mine is like a 4 by 4 inch pillow, maybe just a little bit less. All the called for colours. I added the bows and things like that. I did a beaded trim around the edge. This is my first time doing a beaded trim, but I do love how it turned out. And where I've done the closure on the back of the pillow, I've just added this little felt bunnies. I got these in a pack, I think there's 6 in a pack, from B&M. So absolutely cute. I'm super glad that I could just stick that on the back, and then that finishes quite nicely. I just sewed around the edges, and I used the Chelsea's Check Aqua fabric. Someone asked me where you can get their fabrics in the UK. There's a website called So Hot UK. I will link it down below. They had all of the Priscilla's checks, the Chelsea's checks, and the stitching with the housewives stripes. Hopefully they'll also be getting in the new polka dots and the new stitching with the housewives stripes. when they eventually come out. But yeah, so that is where I get all of those fabrics from. I absolutely love them. They're super sweet for finishing, and I really like the colour contrasts. So that is that one. I then stitched the second one. So the Shanon Christine Designs Easter Wreaths, there's 4 patterns. They're coming out every Saturday. So there will be the 3rd pattern coming out this Saturday. And they are completely free. They are on her design Facebook page. So there's 2 Facebooks for Shanon Christine. So she has her like designer one, which is just a page. So I definitely recommend you go and follow that. You find a lot of her freebies on there. There's also a Shanon Christine Designs group, which if you are not part of, I suggest you definitely follow. I love seeing people's finishes. There's so many cute finishes for this where people have just stitched it 1/1 and made it smaller so it can go in the top of a jar lid or a covered button. Or some people have taken the idea that I've done of doing it 2/2, or just having the right size fabric, having an 8 count, a 7 count fabric and stitching it over that. But I tend to, if I want something to be smaller, I will just take a piece of Ada, like this one is an 18 count. I stitched it over 2, which means it's the same size as a 9 count. So the second one in the series was the little chick even, not a duck. And I stitched him using all of the called for colours. He's got a matching little bow to match this one. I've also added in the little bows on the hanging down hearts. I just wanted a little bit more contrast, and I will be finishing it exactly the same way. I may change the, drop the pillow. I may change the beads around the edge for a different colour, so maybe all 4 of mine will have different colours, but it will have the same fabric and bunny on the back. I just haven't had a chance to fully finish that one. But those are super cute, super fun and easy to stitch up. They don't take very long at all, and they're completely free patterns, so definitely go and check out the Shanon Christine page and group to get your hands on them. So the next one is a finish for now. Now this one is a finish for now, but in 2 days time, so actually yes, the day after you see this video, because it comes out on the 26th, which is a Sunday, so they'll release it on the 27th on the Monday. For part 3, I have now finished part 2. I do apologise, my piece is all crumpled up. I haven't ironed it. I probably won't be ironing it until closer to the end, but I have finished the part 2, which was down here, for the Bristish Isles adventure. And I've seen a lot of people are changing this. Instead of they've put in like the Cadbury's chocolate bar for Birmingham, they've changed the football. Some of them have put a B instead of the football, but I am keeping mine exactly as called for. For once, I haven't even changed the fabric. I'm stitching on the same count fabric. I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do with this piece at the end. I'm actually thinking it may turn into a gift for someone, but it is definitely super fun to be stitching. I like the sizes of the pieces that are coming out. They're not too difficult. You have got a month in between to get the stuff done, but when you sit down and put a couple of hours into it, the piece is then done for the month. So a really, really nice way of finishing. So the last whip that I have is the Caterpillar Bakery, a piece of cake. And this is the virtual stitching. So I actually went to my social stitching last night. So it's on Zoom. You pay for the pattern and pay for the Zoom meeting all at once. You get a needle minder, your kit, which is fully covered with the DMC, the Swigart fabric, a needle, and as I said, the needle minder as well, and the pattern. Comes in this gorgeous packaging. I do love the Caterpillar cross stitch packaging now. I like the fact that there isn't plastic involved. It is completely recyclable, but it is quite handy to store everything in here until you finish the project. So I have changed the count of my fabric. So I am not stitching on the called for fabric. I think it was either 14 or 16 count Ada. I chose, all of mine are doing on 20 count pearl grey Ada, so all of mine are going to be a little bit smaller. But I did last night do all of the fill-in for this. I did start this piece before the stitching social. I started this yesterday on my day off, So I have got quite a lot of it down. I have to finish off the actual bakery window, the door, and then do the fill in for the actual building itself. But I will be taking this one away with me, so I'm super excited. I need to stop saying super excited. I've realised I say that probably about 10 times during a video, and it's something that I know I need to work on. So let me see if I can pull this stuff out. I am actually heading off for 2 weeks. I will be going back to France, so I have a couple of days where I'm in the UK. I'll be working from my hotel where I'm staying at, and then I'm heading off for a 1.5-week holiday in France. My parents are working, my sisters are at school, so it is just going to be a nice relaxing time to sit and stitch, take the dogs out for a nice walk, which will be nice, and just chill, just relax. So I am going to be taking more patterns than I can stitch because I'll be leaving some of them there for the summer. I'm still trying to work out which whips I'll be taking. I'm definitely taking my bakery piece because I want to get that finished. I think that's small and cute to finish. But there are a couple of pieces that I want to stitch this year for Christmas. So I'm going to be taking these patterns over. It does not mean I'm going to be stitching Christmas just yet. But I definitely want to have them over there in France because in the summer I have 5 weeks off. Yes. I have been saving all of my time to have a nice long holiday, and that is going to be stitching, stitching, stitching. So super excited for that one as well. But let's not wish the time away. I have 2 weeks first. So I have seen Shanon Christine's posted her ornament club. So she does an ornament club each year. I did get it last year. It was the 12 days of Christmas. I think the designs are gorgeous. I have not stitched them yet, but I am definitely getting her club this year as well. She has posted a photo on her Facebook group, so go and check it out over there. It's all about signs, so I think it's going to be a really nice one to stitch. I'm not sure if I'm going to go with black Ada or if I'm going to do like a dark brown, but I'm definitely going to be stitching them on a smaller count, maybe a 20 count. So they're little small ones that I can hide in between decorations, which I think will be fun. I also have been eyeing up for ages her old-fashioned, this is a Shanon Christine Designs. I got this as a PDF, but you can also get her charts as printed charts. Now, I love her charts because they come in black and white, but they also come in colour version of the charts. Now, I am definitely, with my eyesight, I can see colours a lot easier than I can tell the difference between different symbols. So I am struggling with certain designers at the moment that I normally love, and you won't be seeing as many of them at the moment. But I am finding designers that do have these coloured charts, which is super easy to stitch. So this one, old fashioned, I'm not sure, I may change the colour of the cup to like a red one so it matches all my others. But I was thinking with my gingerbread series, I want to expand it a little bit so it's like hot chocolate and gingerbread, because there's so many cute patterns that feature both. So I will be taking this one over with me. As to when I start it, I'm not sure. I then went through, let's stick to Christmas, shall we? Most of this stuff is Christmas. I tend to be a Christmas stitcher for definite. I've got the Sugar and Spice Cookie Co by Stitching with the Housewives. I'm taking this over for the summer because I really want to get this stitched. All of these ones are PDFs. The Sugar and the Stitching with the Housewives are on Etsy, so you can find them on there. I've got Home for the Holidays, which is another one of their gingerbread smalls. And for all of the gingerbreads, I use the same colour palette every time, so I will make sure I put that down below as well. Baking Spirits Bright. I've got this one I bought as a actual paper chart, but you can get these as PDF as well. This is the gingerbread cookies recipe. I've then got Gingerbread Bakery, which is a Dapper Doodads, that's a PDF. I've got Mrs. Claus Cookies. I've had this one sat out for a while. I just need to get this one stitched. I stitched all the others in that series when it came out. Mrs. Claus Bakery. I'm not sure if I'm going to stitch this one this year, but I am going to take it over because I thought all of my gingerbreads use the same DMCs, so it's super simple. I use the same fabric as well, so all of them match. It is, I used the 16 count chalkboard Ada from Permin, I think it's Permin. Absolutely love that Ada, but it works so well, and then everything matches, so it doesn't matter how I decorate those ones, they all match. And the last one I have is the Jingle Bell Cafe. So those are all my Christmas themed ones. Now, as I said, I might not even start stitching these until the summer, but I thought if I take them over, I can leave them back at my parents' house with the Ada, with the threads, so that way in the summer I have plenty of things that I can stitch. I'm also taking over Silver Creek Samplers, a perfect match. I need to find a fabric small enough, and I'm planning to make this into a wedding card gift for somebody, so I need to start working on that one quite soon. So that's what I'm taking over that I definitely know about. I am still considering which whips I'm going to be taking over because, as I said, I've got 2 weeks this time, so it's not a whole lot of time, but when you don't have plans, there can be a lot of stitching time. But I'm also taking things over for the summer because I know I won't have as much space in my suitcase. So I am thinking about taking the White Christmas series from Hands On Designs, because I am tempted to change my office Christmas trees ornaments. Now, I've been doing gingerbread for the past couple of years, and I'm still, as you can see, still obsessed with the Christmas gingerbread. I think that is definitely my style of decorating, but I do want to change a little bit for the office one because I know it's not everyone's style. So if I change it up and come up with some different collections each couple of years, I'm sure they will love it. And then eventually, when I need to decorate more trees, I will have those decorated. But I did also get the Polar Plunge series, and I even bought, I don't have the patterns on my desk, but I do have, I can't get to it without knocking the camera. I did purchase from Peakside Needleworks the finishing pack for that as well, which I bought thinking they were going to be really small, because I normally stitch things on smaller count, but obviously these are signed for 14 or 16 count. I think it was stitched on 32, so 16 count. So I am deciding as to whether I want to do it this year as smaller ornaments or bigger ornaments, but I can definitely see that series being stitched a couple of times for gifts. So yeah, so I'm not sure entirely what series I'm going to be focusing on this year, because I do want to change up my Christmas decor in the school office. So I'll be doing that. I think my room is going to be gingerbread themed because I have so many ornaments that are stitched that are gingerbread, but we'll see. So I will be trying to work that one out, but one of those whips will be going with me, whether it's the Polar Plunge series or the White Christmas series. I'm not 100% sure yet. But yeah, so I think that is everything from me. It's been a fairly quick video. I think I've rambled on more than I've actually shown anything to you guys this time. But hopefully in 2 weeks' time I will have a lot more to show you. As I said, I'm just going to take things as it goes, but as having a 2-week holiday, hopefully that will mean some time to relax and some time to get back to stitching because I won't have work to focus on. But yeah, that's everything from me. I want to say a huge thank you for all the support, everyone who's messaged me saying I hope everything's okay, just checking in. That means an awful lot to me, so thank you so much, and I will be back very soon to show you everything I've been working on. I'll see you in 2 weeks' time. Bye guys!